Good evening and welcome to On Track Tuesday with my very special guest, Thomas Grassi. And we've kind of been joined at the hip the last couple of weeks, uh, doing double blind parallel builds of the North Raleigh T track or N scale track speed matching layout. Uh, and I set my glasses down, and now I got to go find them. Oh, I see them. There we go. I know what I forgot to do. I forgot to bring my other deal in here, but we will get that. Maybe. It is extremely warm, just plain downright hot. It's 95 degrees out here in the garage. And so I'm hoping none of my equipment melts down. And I think I'm overpowering this. Oh, there it goes. How many? All right. It's like watching paint dry.
Right.
But if I get this thing where I couldn't start, I know somebody's out there saying, well, why didn't he get this stuff set up ahead of time? Well, it would have overheated sitting out here waiting.
Hey, James, welcome.
And this is what I want here. Maybe. Yeah, it's working on it. What I'm trying to do for everybody in the background is I'm trying to bring up a second me into StreamYard. All right, so that you can all see what's on my screen on this laptop. If that makes sense. Yeah, I don't have it. I don't know that it's going to allow just a screen, will it?
It should. If you have the link you sent me, you should be able to bring it up on that laptop.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. And then I should be able to share my screen.
Well, you should go back to the other computer where you started the stream, and then you have to bring yourself up from the basement.
Yeah, I will, but I got to get in here first. What's my name? There
That's
it goes.
why I like. Yeah, that's why I like what I have set up here, because I can. All I gotta do is share one monitor.
And how is that doing that?
Oh, because you're too close, and you have to put the one in mute so you don't have an echo.
I am in mute. How about if I kill the volume? Well, heck with that idea. It looked good on paper, folks. Looked good on paper. Anyway, Thomas and I both have our portable layouts. His is NCE, mine is Digitrax. I have been going through trials and tribulations. I've been working on this thing in my mind and buying parts and so forth for over 2 years. After seeing it 2.5 years ago at Steve Davis's layout up in Tulsa when Robert Flying Crow and I were up there. Okay. And if you look at the original article, they say to use one of these, which is a BDL 168. So I bought one. And for those that are maybe following, all 16 blocks on the layout, there's 16 tracks, 16 pieces of Kato Unitrack with the inside rail insulated at each joint, and the outside rail is common. So they each test okay. The problem becomes it does not trip the sensor fast enough when the locomotive's going full speed. So, what I did was I rewired everything and made it 4 blocks instead of 16. And then it reported, all right, all 4. Because it had roughly 3 feet of trackage. It's not 3 feet, it's 30. I forget what it is. But anyway, it's almost 3 feet of track to run across in a given amount of time. So that part worked. And I was going to be content with that if I could not figure a way to get 16 blocks working. So this BDL 168 that was purchased 2 years ago is now considered obsolete, and they replaced it with a Digitrax 716 module. Okay, and if I look back here, you can see just above the AccuTrack, that's the 716 module. And got it installed late yesterday. Was able to run a test of just running a loco around it, and they all reported perfectly at full speed. So
on the panel.
That solved that issue. So now I've moved on to the script, and that's where Thomas is at as well. And, we're running side by side, and stuff that he does for NCE may not necessarily be the same for the Digitrax. Like his block sensors are NS1 through 16, and mine are LS1 through 16. And then I tried to do something else. I tried to rewrite the script to do HO as the default, Thomas.
Yeah.
And I just had a chance to run the script once, and it failed. But there may be some other things in there that.
Well, yeah, I would like. I was looking at that too, but I said, "Nah, I'm not going to mess with it until later," because I wanted to make it come up with tsunami and HO scale. And
Now I
decent,
ran the 2.2 version of the script, which
right?
was from 2019, maybe,
Yeah, I think so.
and it did everything right. I mean, it was on a Tsunami decoder. It gave me the text file of the CVs.
Right.
The only problem was I did not enter that into the other computer's roster ahead of time. So when I checked, I've been busy all day. When I got back and checked, the CVs from the text file do not match what's in the locomotive.
Yeah.
So I think I have that yet to fix. So
See, I ran the 2.0 version of the Ultimate Speed Match, and it still didn't write the CVs. Like the same thing happened on the 3.0 version. So,
okay.
yeah, and
But
then
it gives you the CVs. It just doesn't write them.
No, it writes most of them. You know, from 67 to 94 CVs, it writes most of them in there. But then there might be 2 or 3 that get in an error condition, which makes a big mess in Decoder Pro. And you have to go and reread them all to get them back in there. I don't know why it keeps on changing them to edit mode. And that's a problem, I think, discovered in
even when I used to do when I program the speed table, not just CVs, but utilizing the speed table. Every now and then it won't write one of the CVs. Okay. Apparently it's right in between two values. All right. So if you this little slider on the speed curve, if you slide it just a tad, either way, then it writes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
there's some little quirks in Decoder Pro that you have to get around sometimes. But I never had trouble writing CVs. The only time I get trouble with writing CVs is if, like on Decoder Pro, it disconnects from the panel, the system, and then it has a red line on the bottom that are disconnected. Then I got to restart it up again.
Does NCE have a Digitrax? You have your Rail A, Rail B leads coming out of the command station, and then you have programming A and programming B. Now you can do, and I always get the two mixed up. One of them you can do, I think it's ops, maybe it's service, on the fly. All right. The other you have to use the programming default.
Yeah,
and does NCE have that?
Yeah, NCE has what they call a programming track. But the only problem with that is if you do it from your main system, when you put it in programming mode, it shuts down everything and only deals with what's on the programming track. So I didn't like that. So I took that off of my main system, and then I have a workbench in the training room that has a power tab, and it has a test track on it. And I have here in my office, I have a test track here. And like these two tracks here are test tracks. And then I just ran a bus wire over to the table here and connect it up, and then I can run a train around here instead of going out the train room doing this stuff. So,
yeah, it's similar. I got a 3-foot section of track right here in front of me that I can move from, I guess, double hole, double throw that I can move from the AB rail to the programming option on the command center.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's how I have it on my workbench in the training room. I have a toggle switch there that switches it on and off. And
Right.
I also have a toggle switch to go from DCC to DC if I wanted to run a DC engine on that test track there to make sure that the motor works and everything. That's what I do.
And you know what we forgot to do? We forgot to do roll call.
Yeah.
James was first.
Right.
Came in a little before 2 o'clock. Then you. Bill Hawk got here right at 5:30. Dwight was right after him at 5:33. Then a Deep Run Mike was next.
Yeah, Deep Run Mike.
And
JD and John.
Yeah, John Schuylkill, River Valley. Happy! I already wished him his happy birthday. Yeah, like you said, JD
right,
is with us, and John Train BFGR. Right. Now, is that somebody I know that's changed names? Or if it's a new person, welcome, John. All right, Joe's here.
The Raiders here.
Yeah.
Wait.
3 Dub, aka Steven. I think that's it.
Steve.
And
Yeah,
James says he's still here.
Yeah.
BFGR's been around a long time. Okay. Welcome. I think it's his first time here though, that I can remember. But then again, I'm old and senile. So anyway, this programming track, for speed matching, once it gets working, and here's the thing, I don't understand if you can get it to work, which I'm assuming people have, without any glitches. I don't understand why there isn't more discussion about them. I mean, I'd never heard of it for the 2 years, never heard anybody mention it for the 2.5 years since I first saw it.
Well, everybody I talked to about speed matching always said do it on a straight section of track. Don't do it on curves. And now we're doing it on curves. So, that changed the whole ball wow.
Yeah, because you can do constant runs. And and the script, if you watch it going, it's cool to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, all of a sudden it's going one direction, warming up, and then it'll warm up the other direction, and then it'll take off forward again, and it'll start measuring the speeds per speed step, and recording those, taking an average, and I mean it's neat. And I was hoping to be able to do that. I might have to do it on Friday when it's cooler out.
Yeah.
And I can let that thing. I can get that set up the way I want it ahead of time.
Yeah, I've been doing it here. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I said I'm doing a few at a time, and I'm doing them all at once because you go crazy doing them all at once.
Nah, John, you're not old. I'm old.
Yeah. And plus, I uncovered a bug in Decoder Pro, and I uncovered a bug in the script too. So, something's going on, and I got to find out what it is.
Now, in business, I wrote some macros and stuff like that, and I've never been a script writer, editor kind of guy. I guess it dates back to the scripts I wrote were on punch cards, and,
Yeah.
and I dropped the stack on the way to class. And for those that are younger and don't have appreciation of punch cards, you get one card out of order, and it's a nightmare. And here mine whoosh went everywhere. So,
Yeah, we used to have drawers like this long of cards, and you had to feed them into the reader. Then they would jam, and then you have to wait for IBM to come in to jam it and everything.
yeah, John, we're from from those good old days, right?
Yeah, I started out with all that stuff, but I wrote scripts in PowerShell, PowerShell scripts, stuff like that. But this script here is kind of, it's not that difficult if you sit down and look at it. But they put comments in it, but not enough comments in it. If I did a script like that at work, they would have said, "See you later. You're not going to stay here no
Huh.
more."
Well, I've got a lot of work to do on the script. If I can get 2.0 working,
Hold on.
whatever that is. Wigwags to Colebook. Fortran is what Pascal is what I had.
Yeah, Pascal, Fortran, all those things.
Yeah.
COBOL,
Yeah.
assembler language, COBOL language, all those things.
Should I tell my faux pas that you corrected me on, Thomas?
Yeah.
I opened up the script in Notepad. All right. And I'm making changes and I'm having a good old time. I save it all and I can't get it to load because it's a text file and Notepad doesn't allow you to save it as a script file. All right, particularly a Python file. And I mentioned that to Thomas, and Thomas says, "No, you need Notepad plus plus." Okay, so I
anytime you want to open up something like that, you should use Notepad plus plus. It saves all the formatting that you need and everything. So regular
Hey,
Notepad,
Pedro.
it's just a regular text thing. That's it. Hey Pedro, how you doing?
But yeah, I'm tickled to death because the layout works. Okay, and all the blocks are reading. And I had wire when it was the BDL 168. I had that wiring down, wire management perfect. It looked so pretty. Then I took it down to a four block and did some rewiring. So it was a little bit different. And then after talking to Digitrax, they were saying, well, it might be wire size. So then I should have called his bluff on that because the BDL 168, you can't get anything much bigger than an 18 gauge wire in this thing. Okay.
Yeah.
And I actually have 16s, but I solder down the braided, the braided ends and then trim them so that they do fit in. But anyway, I was not impressed with Digitrax customer support.
Well, all mine is the feeders are 22 AWG, and the bus line is 16 strand, and it's all stranded wire. That's all I use.
Right.
I don't use.
And see, I used my drops were 20 AWG. Okay.
Yeah.
That go to 16. and then I have that cable that goes from one side to the other, and that's 16. So everything else was 16 or better at that point. No, that was 18. I take it back. That was 18. And the feeds from the command station were 16.
Yeah.
So, I mean, my wire size, I over wired. That's for sure. And you know, it's funny because my AccuTrack reads about 5 to 6 miles per hour different than what I'm getting off of JMRI. Did you find the speedometer setting I told you about?
Yeah, it's on the toolbar thing there.
Right. Right.
Yeah. I thought when you said it in your stream that one day, I thought you had it on the panel, and I was.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's a separate thing. And
right.
I contacted my developer guy. I said, "Hey, where's the speedometer? How do you get that on the panel?" And he says, "We don't have one." And he says, "You have a copy? Send me a link to the video that you're talking about." And then he sent me another thing, and he says, "Oh, it's click here, boom, 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 and then." I don't need that. I got the speedometer. That's good enough for me.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, today I said, okay, now that I got these engines all coded up and everything with the script, I said, let me run them around and put the speedometer on there and set them up to the speed that I want to run the train at. So I got 4 engines in a consist, and I ran them at speed step 19, for example. And the first engine came in at 5.6 miles per hour. And I said, that's perfect. The next one came in at 3.4 miles per hour. The next one came in at 4.9 miles per hour. And then the last one came in at 5.9 miles per hour. So now I'm going, how in the world, hey, Randall, how in the world can I get these all to match up? So then I had to go into the Swami manual. Then I found 2 more CVs that I have to set. And it's the motor trim CV for forward motor trim and reverse motor trim, right? And that's CV 66 and CV 95. And then I had to go in and adjust them values. And then I got all my engines so far that I've done. They all go the same speed now on speed step 19 or speed step 15, whatever I ran it at. And that's what I've been doing. And so that's the other step I got to do. That's the next video I'm putting out tomorrow, showing how I did all that. And,
well, JD, he says we need to switch the beer train when we go to Jason's. And since you and I are going to be a team, at least that's what Jason told me, is we may have to do that. So
yeah,
as long as no pee testing.
yeah. All doorbell wire, that works, Joe. It doesn't matter what the thickness of the wire is, unless you have a real big layout. You want to use sticker wire for your bus line, and that's the only problem you have to have. But the feeder wires and all that stuff, they don't have to be thick wire.
Nah, just the bus line.
Don't ever use solid wires for feeder wires. I did that in the beginning because I said this is easier to solder onto the track and everything. Then I found out I wasn't having power on the track. What's going on? And then I cut back all the shielding on the wire, and here it was broken from moving the wire down. It was broke. And I said, that's it. No more solid wire for feeders. Never going to use that. Special water towers. What's that mean? I don't know what that means.
You read, they're not water towers; they're beer towers.
Is that what do you have on top of your layout? Is that just the camera makes it look like it's bumpy on there?
No, there's no bumpy.
Oh, that's just the wood that makes it look like it's
supports.
It has a design on it. No, not the support. No, I'm talking about the flat section. It looks like it has something on it, but it's not. It's just the way.
No, it's just plywood.
Yeah,
it's just the color of the plywood.
Yeah,
the grain.
That's why I painted mine, because I want to see that stuff.
I wasn't fancy like you. I didn't paint mine.
Just have a couple.
Should I throw a loco on there and let her do its thing?
Sure, give it a shot. I can do the same thing here.
This is a lens decoder.
What kind of decoder?
A lens.
LENS?
Yeah, S or Z or whatever. It came with the loco. And I know it's in the script.
Yep. 67.
Okay.
LANZ. Yeah, that's right.
And we're gonna do that.
It has to be a Gen 5 though. That's what it says. Lens Gen 5.
Yeah, I don't know what mine actually is. It came, like I said, I didn't install it, but this is the one that worked the very first time, but I stopped it before it actually wrote. So let's see what it does this time. All right. And the menu comes up and it wants my locomotive number, which is 254. And it wants the address, which is also 254. Wants the scale, change it to HO. It's a diesel. It's a lens Gen 5 going forward. CV3, we're going to knock that down to 2. And same thing. And what CV3 and 4 are is the momentum, start and stop momentum. Yeah, maximum speed, I'm going to set at 60. And we'll open up the system console so we can watch what it's doing, and we hit start.
My engine's going backwards now.
Do I have the camera set right?
Yeah, we can see it.
All right. So right now, it's just warming up.
Yep.
And it goes, I think 4.
I think it's 3 or 4 laps it goes around.
Right.
I never counted them. I just let it go and just let it do its thing.
There it goes. Now it's warming up in reverse. Ah, crap.
What's the matter?
It hit the joint and popped off.
Oh.
It's the heat in here.
Oh yeah.
Nope, it's the same thing.
Damn it, Jim. I don't know if I can do my camera.
All right.
There you go. Now you can see it in my screen.
Luckily, it does more than one measurement.
Yep. Oh yeah, it's doing on mine. It's done with the first set of measurements. Reverse speed, maximum speed was 56 miles per hour.
Yeah. Measured speed 87.7 was measurement number 7. Reverse max was 87 miles per hour. So now it's going forward.
Yep. So is mine.
Measurement 1 forward is 85.9. Next one's 89.5. 89.3. 89.8. 90. 90.6. What does it do? 7 measurements, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seven measurements per speed step.
Forward max speed is 90.0.
And now it's doing them by throttle
Right.
set. It goes in by fives, 40, 35, 30, 25.
Right. Now 30. For 40, it was 12.8 miles per hour. For 40. For 35, it was 7.2. 34. No, that was the difference. I'm sorry. It was 16.2.
Yeah, 28.2 miles per hour is the difference at throttle setting 25, for example. Because what it does is it adds them all up and then divides it by 7.
Right. It's measuring the differences.
Yep. So I'm at throttle setting 15 right now. Now I'm at 12.
I'm at 31. And it takes about, and you were right, Thomas, it takes right at somewhere between 15 and 18 minutes to
Yep.
run the full cycle.
Yep.
And you'll see it start to slowly get faster at each throttle setting.
Well, it goes down.
It goes down first.
Yeah, it goes down to number 1 and then it bounces up after that.
Right.
Then it gets to a higher one, and then that's when it stops and writes out the values.
Yeah, at speed step 30, it's 4.1 miles per hour. That's what it's measuring. What it will do is it will extrapolate between the high and the low,
Right.
and some measurements in between to build the speed curve.
Right.
Yeah, when I did it um, the very first time, it was creeping along like this and creeping along like this, and I thought, "Uh-oh, here I go again." But then I looked at the console. I went, "No, it's moving," and it just changes ever so slow that
Yeah,
you
well,
can't tell it's changing.
right. I'm on throttle setting number 4 right now, so I'm heading almost coming to a crawl. And then it's got a measure, 7 measurements, and now it's on
Thomas,
3.
we can have programming races.
Exactly. Well, I got mine ahead of you, so I'm ahead of you.
Wonder what happens when it gets stuck.
I've had one wheel come off the track when it was doing this, and I just put it right on the track while I was still moving. It still worked.
Probably should have left it alone.
Code Wars. There you go, Wigwag.
Yeah, I know you emphasized it in your video, but for the sake of anybody watching that's interested in this, make sure your wheels and your rails are clean.
Yep. All my track is brand new track, so I didn't expect any dirt on it. But
Same here.
I saw after running a bunch of engines on it, I saw some blackness on some of the rails, not all, but some of them. So I cleaned them off.
Yeah, it wouldn't take much. You get a dirty wheeled locomotive on there to dirty up the track too. So
yeah, exactly. At least it's an easy thing to clean. It's only a circle,
I'm at speed step 29, and it's measuring 9.2 miles an hour.
I'm at
8.6.
It says throttle setting number 2. And I'm doing 2.9, 2.9, 2.8, 60 miles per hour. One more measurement. So it was a difference of 3.1 in that.
Yeah, I think mine's going back up again.
Yeah, mine just went from 2 to 3, so it's going back up. A couple of engines went down to speed step 1. It's good that they run that slow, but now I'm up to 12.
I'm going back up, and my speed's at 16.
That's right, Bill.
16.
That's what it looks like, grass growing and paint drying.
Yeah, but it's so cool, Bill.
Yeah.
It's rewarding.
Yeah, it's rewarding is right. And I don't mind having to manually fix a couple of things. The hard part's done.
Yeah, as long as you get the text file with the CV settings.
Right.
I can write them. Even if the script doesn't, it'd be great for it too. But as long as I get those CV settings by locomotive to match the same speed curve,
yep.
That's what speed matching's all about.
That's right.
Now, on my layout that I have now, no, I don't need speed matching. But like I'm going to be going over to Jason's, I'll take this pair of GP9s with me,
right.
that'll be speed matched to run over there.
Right, exactly.
And then when I get the shed layout, by that time all of them will be speed matched. You went on a marathon speed matching programming, didn't you?
Did I do what?
You went on a marathon speed match programming the last day or so, didn't you?
Yeah. Yep. Well, I got 18 engines done. I got 30 some engines to do. But I'm doing every engine. I'm speed matching them all. So, because never know when I might want to throw one of them other engines in the consist for whatever reason.
Yeah, now I'm up to throttle setting 54.
Have you got a successful speed match, and how do you know? How do you verify?
Yeah, it's about 435, about 35 miles per hour.
Mike, what I do is I run the engine through the speedometer and whatever,
Right.
And then I check the speed at miles per hour, and then I run the next engine through, and if it's the same, then it's good. If it's not, then I have to make an adjustment.
Yeah.
And that adjustment's going to be in my video tomorrow, so you have to watch it to see what I do.
I'll do it.
No, I was talking.
I've got my
yeah.
I got my Equitrack speedometer right here. So.
Yeah. That's the beauty of that thing. It's portable. You can move it around.
Yeah, we're
like what I was doing.
JD's got one, and I've got one, and I think Jason has one. So we're going to take 3 of them so we can space them out around Jason's layout to keep Jack in check.
Yeah, right. So he doesn't speed.
All right, we're up to speed setting 73, and we're running right at 51 miles an hour.
DC, where do you find the information to build your
Just kicked it up another notch. Speed step 80, running at around 60.
Yeah, my maximum speed for my freight trains are 45. I don't make it go any faster.
Yeah, the speed curves will be cool to see. They may be flat to start, and then they'll have a gradual rise and flatten out again.
Right.
Because just because it reads a certain speed here does not necessarily mean that's what it's going to write.
Right.
I don't think. Okay, it's giving me the CV values now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you got.
It says writing speed table CV values to locomotive. That's what it says.
Yeah, that's what it says, but does it do it? That's the question.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Does the script associate a speed step with a CV?
Now, how do you know when the script's all said and done?
When as soon as it writes out the log, you'll see it write a message about the log file being written out. Then you'll get like 2 error messages, and then it's done.
All right, right after it does the CVs, it says turn on speed table.
Right. So that means it's setting CV 25 and CV 29. That's what that means. There's a bunch of CVs in this whole process. Yeah, I'm up to speed step 64 or 68 now.
So when it just stops going, it's done?
Yep, the engine stops, right? Yeah. When it starts to write out all the list of those CVs, then the next thing you see is on the console is writing the log out to the folder that you decided to use. It shows that message.
Yeah, it's
there.
I saw where it's writing. It's where it's writing the CVs, not only to the loco but also to a file. It goes to home, pi, JMRI, speed match, loco 254, DCC, blah, 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 blah. Text number. Then it gets into, okay, I have a warning, unexpected exception, ins abstract automation thread, automated speed table. So apparently the speed table didn't like it.
Ooh. I'm not sure about that error.
I'm just going to copy it all.
So, did you find the log file?
I haven't looked.
Okay, mine's doing the log now. I'll tell you exact messages in a second.
All right. And
right. See, it doesn't write it until this point, so that's what it's doing. Okay, now I know. Okay, now I know how to look into the script to see if I can figure it out. Okay, here's what happens. You get, after you write the CVs all out, then you have turn on speed table. Then the next message should be transferring data to a text file and the name of your file, whichever the engine number is, blah, blah, blah. Then it has test time equals, mine said 19 minutes. And then there should be 2 error messages, and that ends, the script is ended. But you got an error message on yours.
yeah.
And what did the error say?
Permission denied to write the file, the text file.
Okay. Oh, permission to write the text file. Okay.
Yeah.
That means that line 894 and 893 is not right in your script.
Well, on this version that I'm running, I don't have an 893, 894.
Oh.
It only goes up to 859.
Okay. So somewhere in that, they're writing out the file. Now, I don't know if they made it for PC, or is that the one that writes it to the desktop? There's one of the scripts that writes it to the desktop.
Yeah, it's not on my desktop, so I'm going to say no.
Well, you got an error condition, and that's because that path that they're using in the script is for a Linux machine. So we're on PC.
I'll have to change the path.
Now, what is this? Is this the version 2.0 script that you're running?
2.2?
Oh, 2.2?
I think that's what it said.
I don't have a copy of that.
It's Ultimate Speed Match V 2.0-2. I also have 2.0.
Yeah, I have.
And then I have
2.0, and I got 3.0, and then I got set speed or speed set 2023 CV5 script. So they're the 3 that I have, but I don't have a 2.2.
Well, I'm going to shut all this down. I did save the log, so I have that.
Oh, the console log.
Right. I do have that to refer back to. All right, I'm going to shut all the rest of this down. And I'm sure everybody is totally bored to death. but I got to
Yeah.
tell you, I am tickled that I'm at
Yeah,
least at this point. At least I have the CVs.
right. That's the important thing.
Right.
To try to do that manually would be a nightmare. So what is the max speed you're going for? Well,
That is a variable you can set yourself. On what I just ran, I put down 60 for freight engines. I'd run 70 for my passenger trains. Switchers, I'd probably run 45 ish.
I did the opposite.
What do you mean?
I did speed. I did the speeds. These are the max speeds for my train. Freight 45, passenger 70, and switcher 50.
Yeah. The only reason
And the only reason
I'm trying to match what the Burlington racetrack ran back in the 60s. I mean, those Zephyrs will go 90 miles an hour, but they won't go that. They don't do that coming through the suburbs.
Right. I make them so that it runs on my layout.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
My switchers need to have a faster speed to go up the helix because they're not as powerful as the bigger engines. That's why they can go faster.
Okay, James, I found the information. Originally, I found the information. It was actually given to me by Steve Davis up in Tulsa. Okay. But it didn't have the script. So I wrote to in the article, it had it referenced two different gentlemen with the North Raleigh T-Track N Scale Club. And so I wrote an email to one of them, both of them actually. And the main guy passed away last year. But the current president wrote back and said, yeah, he'll find me the script. And before he could write back, I have found it in the JMRI user groups. Jer, I'll get to that next one. I found it in the JMRI user groups under Ultimate Speed Matching. It's in the files section. And you really have to look. You have to go to files and then speed matching.
And more files.
Ultimate.
More files. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not easy to find, but it's in the JMRI section. JD, you can put in momentum. It defaults to 22 acceleration and deceleration. I changed it during that programming. I only like around 2 to 3 max. And on my yard switchers, I don't want any.
Yeah, 0 for the switchers. I do.
So, but yes, you can input that on them, and it will supposedly do that for you when everything's working right. And I'm sure between Thomas and I, we'll get it working right eventually.
Yeah. Eventually, yeah. Now I just brought up this the one I ran. I just brought up the CV settings in mine, and I got to look at the log file to compare it.
Yeah, I'll look tomorrow morning. I'll look at my log file from that run right there, and oh, it's overheating. I'm getting beeps, and it's the end of the stream anyway. So, hey, I want to thank everybody for joining us here for On Track Tuesday. Normally I do not put out a video Workbench Wednesday on my On Track Tuesdays, but since it's on the wiring portion of this project, I'll probably go ahead and do it. So, all right, Thomas, thank you for joining me. And
pleasure.
I look forward to watching you tomorrow night.
Okay, sounds good. Everybody have a good night. We'll catch you all later.
I guess I should change my picture here. See y'all later.